Hi, I'm Margaret Cecconet, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to do a two-part video to clarify some confusion you might have with regards to different flying star charts and their energies and what each chart represents, as well as when they are used and the different ways or options of remedying a feng shui situation. Now, in the first part, which is today's video, we will touch on the three important flying star charts and their energies. And in the second part, we will devote it more to the remedies and cures. This video will focus on the importance of the Flying Stars Feng Shui. Now, Flying Stars Feng Shui belongs to the more advanced compass school of Feng Shui, which considers the time dimension, which is incorporated into the formula. Now, this school basically formulates a 9 palace chart with the numbers 1 to 9, and it determines the quality of energy or qi that is in the 9 different sectors or palaces based on these numbers. So basically, it is a formula method of analyzing the energies of the place. So let's get started. The flying star uses the solar calendar, which is according to the movement of Earth around the sun, and it's also known as the Xia calendar. It uses February 4 as the start of every year, which coincides with the start of spring and the 4 seasons. So the great cycle is divided into equally 3 cycles of 60 years each, as you can see in your screen right now: the upper cycle, the middle cycle, and the lower cycle. The great cycle is also divided into 9 log periods, which is composed of 20 years each. Now, the upper cycle is from period 1 to 3, the middle cycle is from period 4 to 6, and then the lower cycle is from period 7 to 9. So we're now in 2025, so it is in the period 9 and in the lower cycle. This information is important because when we're determining the year of constructions of your house was born into, this is actually taken into consideration. You want to find the birthday of your house, so they have to find which period the house was built in. Now, one cycle of time lasts around 180 years, and altogether there are 9 periods in one cycle, which means each period takes around 20 years and is ruled by one of the numbers from 1 to 9, as you can see from the chart on your screen. So we are now in period 9, which is from 2024 to 2043, and this energy of period 9 came fully into effect or force after February 4 of 2024. Generally, most feng shui masters would use the flying star formula to determine these three energies and come up with these three charts: the permanent energy with the natal chart, the annual energy with the annual chart, and the monthly energy with the monthly feng shui chart of a property or building and of each sector of the property. You can actually find this by coming up with the charts of each of these property. It's good also to familiarize yourself with these important flying star charts and their energies. Now, for those of you who practice Compass School of Feng Shui, the alignment sets the level of importance. So as you can see here, this is the natal chart of a Dui house in period 8, facing East 1 and setting West 1. Now, you will see 3 numbers on each grid, and basically the facing star is in green, the setting star is in black, and the base star is in red. Now, the natal flying star chart is the most primary because it formulates the permanent qi energy or qi distribution in a building or a property and determines the luck in the long term. So at least for 20 years. So if you're thinking of living in this property long term, then this is the flying star chart that you might want to consider as a primary chart to basically find your bedrooms, and also your important rooms like your office. Okay, so the natal flying star chart of a house or a premise is based on the period of birth and facing direction of a specific building. This chart will not change unless the building changes in the, it's like it's being given a rebirth or given another birth through a rebuilding of it or through a major renovation. Okay, now let's go to the next chart, which is the annual flying star chart. Now, this is a secondary chart, but still it is very important, and definitely you cannot ignore this because an annual chi movement could either benefit or ruin the permanent chi distribution of a natal chart. Okay, so the annual chart, actually, as you can see here, we have the 2025 annual chart. There's only one number here in each grid, and each number will signify a certain luck or a certain characteristic, bringing with it a certain type of energy. So the annual flying star chart, based on the reigning annual star in the center, is to determine the distribution of the good and bad directions for the entire year. This chart, as the name implies, changes every year. Okay? Then you have the monthly energy that you have to consider. And you can see here on your screen, you have the August 2025 monthly flying star chart. And the monthly flying star chart will have two numbers. One will be the yearly or star or the number, yearly number, which is in the center, and the monthly star, which is the smaller number in the right. The monthly flying star chart is based on the combination of the annual flying star and the movement of the monthly reigning number in the center. So this chart changes every month, and it explains why the luck changes every month in the same area. You know, like today, your office might be having good energies, but next month it might not have. So most practitioners who are not so particular tend to ignore this, but there are still some others who take this into consideration. So this is the end of part one. We will be coming out shortly with part two, which will touch on the ways and options to cure or remedy a feng shui situation. I will go through this based on the annual chart, monthly chart, and the natal chart, permanent chart. Okay, so I hope to see you soon. And it's Margaret saying bye bye for now.